Today, I'm going to teach you 2 powerful ways that you can access the power of the atonement to help you to forgive. Maybe you have someone that has hurt you or a situation that is hurting you that you just keep thinking about and you can't seem to let go of, and it's just causing you pain in your life. So often we access the power of the atonement to repent and to redeem us, and we kind of forget, or maybe we don't know how to access the power of the atonement to help us to heal and to forgive. So these are 2 of my favorite methods. Number 1, write a letter. So whoever, let's say you are upset with a family member has hurt you in some way, write them a letter. This isn't a letter that you're going to be sending them or reading to them. So write everything that you feel, all the ways in which they have hurt you, every way that they've affected you. Don't leave anything out. Get it all out of you and onto that paper. And then imagine them sitting in front of you and read them the letter. And then end by saying their name and I forgive you. And there's something so powerful about getting the words out of your body. Imagine our bodies are like containers, many containers or boxes. And inside of these containers are different emotions. And every time we have an experience that causes us to feel or we react with a certain emotion and we don't know how to handle that emotion, we don't know how to get it out of us, imagine it goes into this box, and pretty soon, it doesn't take very long before our boxes are just stuffed full of these emotions. And then something happens that brings up that same emotion, and our reaction is much bigger than what it should be related to that event or that occurrence, because our box per se, so to speak, is opened up and all of those emotions come out at once. So you might have an abnormally angry reaction to something so little, and then you wonder to yourself, why did I react that way? Well, it's because we have so many of these emotions that we don't know how to deal with, all piled on each other, and then the box is opened and we're really responding to many different situations that has caused us that same reaction. Method number 2 is to use visualization. So I like to give my emotions attributes so that I have more control over them. I have more power over them. So I will ask questions like, where is this emotion in my body? What color is it? What's the temperature? What's the name of this emotion? What shape is it? As many attributes as I can to help me describe and visualize this emotion. And then I tell it to come out of my body. I say, I'm ready to release this emotion, or come out of my body now. I'm ready to let go of this. And so I visualize that emotion, whatever it looks like, whatever it feels like, coming out of my body. And then I imagine it sending it up to Jesus Christ. And I often ask, please take this emotion. I'm ready to let go of it. I'm ready to let go of the pain or the anger, the frustration, whatever it is. I'm ready to let go of it. And I'm ready to feel something new and different. I'm ready to feel something positive. And these are just 2 ways that I have found that really help me to access the power of the atonement, to help me to heal and to help me to let go of past emotions and to be able to move forward with positive emotions. I hope they help you as well. Some things that I consider when I'm working on forgiveness is whether I am still in pain, whether I'm still holding on to those negative emotions and thoughts because I haven't worked through them, or whether it's become those emotions and those thoughts have become a habit for me. Oftentimes it's both. So I'll need to, when I realize that I need to do some healing and some forgiving, I will start with the emotional work to forgive, like writing a letter, like using EFT or tapping or visualization, where I take those emotions out and I let them go, and I'm ready to move on and give those up to Jesus. And once I've worked through those and I feel like I've done all the work that I need to forgive, and I've asked for his help in healing me, then the next thing I think about is whether these emotions and thoughts have become a habit for me, because they are so habit forming. Emotions are addictive, and we can become so used to feeling angry or feeling hurt, feeling anxious, stressed, frustrated, or happy and joyful and peaceful. So my next step is putting some hard boundaries on my thoughts and my feelings. And so after I have chosen to forgive and I've let those emotions go, then every time I start to think of them, I imagine my mind is like a stage, and I get to choose who's on stage. I get to choose what's playing. And if those old scenes come back, things that have happened in the past, thoughts and emotions that I'm ready to let go of, that I'm ready to move on from, then I tell my mind, no, I'm done thinking about these things. I've let them go. I'm ready to move on to other things. So I set that hard boundary, and then I'll do something to bring in a positive emotion that I want to feel instead. Like maybe doing another tapping session, maybe listening to joyful, happy music, or anything, imagining those feelings, bringing those feelings and practicing positive feelings in your body. Anything that will help you to go from feeling those negative emotions to the feelings that you want to feel. Jesus Christ is the master physician, right? So when we go to him, and through the power of the atonement, he has the power to heal us. But every time we relive these negative experiences in our minds, or we relive fearful thoughts of what might happen, stressful, anxious thoughts, it's like we're taking a knife to the wound that the doctor has sewn up, that we're trying to heal, that he's trying to heal for us. And we keep cutting open the wound through our habitual thoughts and feelings and what is playing on the stage of our mind. It's our responsibility to take control of our emotions and not allow those old stories and events and thoughts and emotions to come back and ruin the healing that Jesus is trying to accomplish in us, the healing that we're asking for. So every single time you feel those negative emotions come up, every single time you start to relive that event, or every time you start to imagine some fearful, terrible thing happening in the future, or whatever it is that you struggle with, set those hard boundaries on your thoughts and say, no, I'm not going to think this way. This thinking this way is not acceptable. This is not okay. I've let this go, and I'm ready to move on to a new feeling, and then do something to bring in those positive feelings. And over time, you will be able to defeat that habit of thinking about those negative things. And then pretty soon you'll realize, oh, I haven't thought about that in months. I haven't been upset at that person in forever. I can't remember the last time I felt upset or hurt or whatever the emotion is. I hope these have helped you and given you some ideas of how you can access the power of the atonement in more powerful ways in your life. And if you have any questions, please comment. I'll be happy to answer any questions you have.